Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back from my holidays or from vacation. It was great, and yeah, it was a great holidays. I have to say that. Yeah, so I'm back, like I said, and now the action will start again. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the topic of this video, it's really spontaneous, this video, so I haven't planned it really. Yeah, so I guess I will show you attacks against some common bases. This time, common means just these standard or okay, that's an anti-free, but it's a pretty bad layout. So the common bases, the common anti-free bases, and the common anti-2 star bases at Town Hall 10. You find them mostly on YouTube. So yeah, this is why I will show you. This is a Falcon attack. Just bowlers and Valkyries. You set the funnel on one side with Queen Walk and let the Queen Walk into the Valkyries. They break the wards, and bowlers right behind the King. Either use them for funnel purposes or use them also in the big heavy KS. He have his RAM in it. You can do it with or without it. You can use bowlers in this RAM, or you use Valkyries. You also could use a golem or something tanky like that. If needed, this base had low defenses, so it wasn't needed at all. And yeah, it's a triple. In the next attack, I will go a little bit more detailed into the action. So yeah, stay tuned. The next attack is from Stefan, and this time with the god old Bowwitch attack. He used giants instead of golems. It's a very clever choice because of his Singer Inferno Towers. You also have two healers in his army composition just for one side of base. I don't know where he used them. I guess on this side because of his splash damage on the outside. The wizard towers would hurt or would kill the witches eventually. And yeah, so I click play. So the first thing what you're doing basically is you drop like 4 witches on either side, a couple bowlers behind it. He used one healer on each side. Okay, that makes sense to me. And when the main force through the core, like your heroes, the bowlers, the giants, and yeah, just as you can see, is where I'm pushed to the town on, even though his heroes took a walk, he had still enough in the core and healed and waged his giants and bowlers through the core just in order to take it out so quickly as possible. He still got a good value from that push, so you can't say really this attack. I mean, maybe it wasn't the best execution, but in the end of the day, this attack strategy is so strong after the update. It was before the update very strong, but right now, in my opinion, you can't defeat it anymore. You can't defend it anymore, especially not at Town Hall 9, where just witches are so overwhelming. And as you can see here right now, he still has his king and queen with ability left. And to this point, at 2 times, there's nothing left standing. This cannon and this X-bow cannon won't hurt him anymore, and that's a triple all day. So very nicely done to Stefan in this case. The next one will be my own. No, yeah, will be my own hit. It's also Bowage. This base is more common. It's an anti-2. You have this centralized ITs, the town hall in the middle, and the clan castle. Probably a Tesla farm in the core just to defend this town hall a little bit more. The obvious weakness of this base is, the weakness of this base is very obvious. You have a nice path through the base, so like a corridor. If you funnel the 9 and 6 o'clock side, and you're going in from like 8 o'clock and pushing through that middle section, so breaking this walls with the ram and then jump in the back section, you have access. You open the base with one jump and you ram. So that's such a nice value if you only have to use one spell in order to take out, or in order to get through the base. And this ram is not a troop, it's like a vehicle, and you don't have to use it. It's better than Warbreaker, so you get through it, and when you have your side squads with three witches and 2 wizards on both sides, and when you kill squad through the middle. So I click start. I have 1 freeze just to freeze this inferno so my ram can get to the town hall very quickly and survive. So 3 witches, like I said, and when I drop a couple wizards right behind it, and when I misclicked these 2 wizards, these wizards was supposed to be giants. So giants, I spread them out just to tank all defenses when the bowler's right behind the ram next. And the ram, power through. The funnel is set right now. King a little bit later because of the CC. I don't wanna get him taken out so quickly. And poisoned the loon. Ram is to the town. When I drop the heal, a little bit too late maybe, but still okay. Jump in the back section, like I said, and this rage was just a swag rage. In the end of the day, those bowlers, after they bounced off that expo, a couple of them took out the Inferno and the expo. So the rage had a little bit value, at least in the end of the day. So witches are still alive on both sides. I 2 times this, and as you can see, guys, if you have those compact bases with compact anti-2 bases like this, not in the ring but like that, you can straight witch them. It's bitch them. It's so easy. You don't have to think about that much. Just going for it in triple, and I guarantee you, it worked in 99% of the cases. And it's still a good amount of troops left, so it's a solid attack strategy, especially when you don't have this time to plan an attack, or you don't feel comfortable with hawks or loons. This is your how to go strategy. It's solid, it triple, and it don't took that much time to plan it. The next one is a little bit more complicated. In this matter, probably the strongest attack strategy, it's the go ram. So you use, in this case I use the golem. Normally I just use the ram. This is a golem, pretty much. Or I use for giants to tank a little bit. So this base is an anti-3. But I guess this base was more supposed to be an anti-2. I think he just I haven't seen this base before, so I can't tell you if it's on YouTube or not. I think this town hall was once in the middle of a base. and he's just adjusted it, put this 2 ITs in the middle, so it's a very heavy core. You have his 2 ITs, the Expo, the King, air defense, and the clankers in the middle. So what I thought when I saw the space, as long as I get the Queen, the clankers, and like everything except of a king and this Expo, I'm fine. And the Hawks can just have this air shape created. You want to create an air shape for your Hawks, so the pathing is this air shape is the best pathing you can have for your Hawks or your dudes. And also look at the base in scout mode and look which buildings you could. I mean, I forgot the minion in this case. I want to put one minion on this mortar. The same on this, or a bowler. Look for bounceable buildings like this bomb tower. Attract your Hawks, so it's a big threat to your Hawks. Take it out with just one bowler. It's a nice value for a bowler bounce. So same with this blue guy, he can take out this mortar. So my golem will step to this wall instead of going to this mortar. So I start with replay. 2 wizards out of range of his archer tower. So yeah, golem. When I drop the wizard, ram, queen, and the bowler's right behind. Ball is broken right now. King behind, so we don't get that much damage. Wait. Poison immediately dropped, so I catch the witch, very important. The ram is going for red wall to the town hall. Now I have access to this expo, I can take out this inferno, and yeah, hit her ability, she take out the inferno. Now I'm fine. My spell placement in this attack was worse. At least the first tier spell was so bad. I lost like 6 Hawks. I dropped this here a little bit too deep into that base, so I lost like 6 Hawks. But the others was good. The second tier was good, so I catched the middle. I mean, still there are a couple spring traps, and it got close in the end of the day. I dropped for poison the next heal. And yeah, I dropped the queen up. Save a couple of wizards for cleanup, like 3 to 4. And yeah, last tier will be dropped in a second. And now I cover with 2 wizard towers. And yeah, the point defenses. And in the end of the day, it was enough to get the job done. Kinda close, but yeah. Like I said, I was not in war in the past 9 days, so it's kinda hard to get into it again. So that's a common base, and I just want to explain why this base was a good base for hogging instead of looting. The first thing, you could skelly donut probably the core, you get the Inferno, King, the Clankers with air defense, and then you could just go with the ram in and take out the queen. So on. Oh man. This sucks. I lost my connection. Yeah. Anyways. So. I pause. But this is not very well. You don't have enough spells when to get around the base if you Lalo. And if you hog this thing, yeah, well, I can get the queen. I get this bomb I get this bomb tower for free. I get this bomb tower. This whole section where it's a good location for bombs or for spring traps. I take it out. I also take out the Clan Castle, the King, the Expo, and the Inferno, so I have a decent value for my Hawks, and I created this L shape, so my hawks have a pretty nice pathing through the base. And when I have 4 heal spells left for my hawks, I know where a ton of spring traps locations left, but since this base is so spread out, it's hard to place them in good positions. This spring was a good spring trap. He had a couple good spring traps, I have to admit that. But other than that, this base is worse. And also, the fact that, you don't have that many offside defenses. Just this cannon and this couple mortars to distract your hawk pathing a little bit, but that's it. And this is why you should attack. If you get a deep push in the base and your kill squad get the value you needed, you can hawk this base easy, and this is what I did. And the next attack and the final attack, maybe I show this as well, is from Dirk. This is a common base. This is a common, I call this ring base. It has this type of ring design, and it's compact. And it's a similar base. So you have these bomb towers and wizard towers. You have it on both sides. You have this inferno compartment is the same, and the compartments are all the same. So it doesn't matter from which angle you go in. He decided to go in from there, so he faced the clan castle very late. This was definitely a good choice. So you can see 2 golems this time, 8 witches, 2 healers, and yeah, wizards to help with the funnel, golems to tank the defenses. It was a pretty nice attack this time again. Just 2 witches to funnel when the wham next to it. You just want to get through at least 2 walls when you have jump. So he was behind King Queen. This ram got to the town hall compartment. Oh, got not. But his troops pushed through anyways. So we still got a decent value. Jump. Now we have still the poison was pretty nice placed. King and witches working on the right hand side. Queen is still in the core with a couple bowlers next to her. He dropped the heal and the wage on the left hand side to keep the witches and bowlers alive there. They end up taking out this inferno. His queen have still his ability left. King and bowlers working on the 3 o'clock side. Now you can see it's a triple all day. He broke this wing perfectly, so he got this value out of it he needed. And it's a bitch. Like I said, it's a compact base. Don't think that much about it. You have seen an example for it. I've shown you my attack. This is pretty much the same idea behind it. He had 2 golems, and I think it was the right choice. He needed this heavy tanking power in the core. There was this 3 expos, the both ITs and all Teslas, so he needed that. He recognized there's just 1 archer tower and splash, so we don't need healers right there. He needed them right where there was pointy fences and this cannon. Yeah? You think what he's talking about, splash have which is more than pointy fence. This might be the case, but since he go in at 8 o'clock, he will get the splash damage anyways, and he need this healers on the 9 to 12 o'clock side to let his wishes surviving this attack, and which is what they did. So it was the right choice, and pretty nice and solid attack. And the next and the last one, this is a wing base. You know, it's a trophy base. Some people use it. It's just bad. Don't use it. I will show you why. So, he have basically a queen walk into G-Witch, G-Reborn in this case. You can play it with giants or with golems. He started at 12 with his queen, one baby drag for the funnel. The only thing what you have to do on this basis is break the ring. You can do it with a queen walk on one side and with a go Weibo part on the other, or you just do it like him. He have this rage was too late, so we had to use the ability. This is what you want. You want to avoid using the ability and the rage for your queen in order to take out the enemy queen or the clan castle. So what he did, found this one side, went in with a ram at 10 and a couple witches and bowlers at 9 to set the funnel there. Ram get a pretty nice value. We get to the town hall with it. He raged and healed through. So on the wing, I will pause, is broken. This funnel was so nice on the right hand side that his troops will move around the space from 10 to 9 to down to 6 and went to 3 o'clock, and he got everything. This is what you want. He broke the ring perfectly, and this is what you have to do. Now his bowlers and his queen on the town hall, it's going down. Poison on the CC. I think this baby dragon survived. So right now the witches kill him. Oh, perfect. And eventually he will use his, I think he forgot his queen ability. He will use the internal tome in just a bit. You have no heals left, so you have to be impatient. And he is. The side squad is still working right where the weight is down. And Eternal Tome perfectly. You want he caught his king ability as well. This is the perfect value out of your Eternal Tome. And healers still alive. Keep healing witches and bowlers to full. Cleans also up, and that's a smash. Nice from Dirk in this case. Nicely done. So, I'll explain to you right now. Don't put the eagle so near. This eagle is reachable with a queen walk from the outside. Avoid it. In every case, avoid it. This is a worse base. Really, it's a bad base. He saw what I thought he would do. He did a queen walk, right? From 12 to 10 to set the funnel on this side. He can reach from the outside with archer tower, the cannon, with air defense, the eagle. The funnel is set on this side. And on the other, he just put a couple witches and bowlers to funnel that. So if you're going in from 10, his troops will walk around the base. And you just have to heal and rage from through, and that's it. And you get the job done. So very nicely done to him. Hope this video was a little bit helpful. Against rune bases, break the one side of the... I will not say out mode. Break one side of the base with a queen walk and the other with a go Weibo. Or in this case, if you use ram like he did, this base is a little bit spread out, at least the outside compartments, you can use this ram when going through the base, walking around here in the raid, or you just use queen on one side with queen mark, follow this one side and the other with a go reroll and going in with some Valkyries for the core. It's up to you what you do. Do whatever you want. Test a couple strategies, test it in FCs before you're attacking. Hope this video helped you a little bit, and I will see you soon in the very next video. Have a nice weekend. Peace out. Until then.